class. It's Monday. So today's lesson is a lesson in why you should tip your waitress. So last weekend when I was so swamped, or one of the weekends when I was really swamped, I work at a restaurant and we opened our restaurant to a football team, a high school football team, to come in and eat after the homecoming game. And let me tell you how much money I made that night off of them. $4. Excuse me, no, I made $1 because we had to split the tip between 4 people. You do the math. And we had opened up our restaurant to them. We had stayed open for 3 hours later. I was there until 1 a.m. when we normally close at 10. So, my lesson is knowing when to tip your waitress. Always tip your waitress. As long as you're in the United States of America, you tip your waitress. Why do you tip your waitress? Because she is getting paid at most $2.50 an hour to put up with a whole bunch of crap.
You can hit display off for faces. I'm sorry.
So how many of you like to go out to eat? Does everybody, well, you don't have to answer this, does everybody tip their waitress? Mm-hmm. Yay! Okay. So I've been working at restaurants for as long as I was able to get a job, since I was 16. And tipping is much more of an issue than everybody thinks. You'd be surprised how many times I worked really hard to get a really good tip and I've been stiff. And my senior year I decided to move out on my own, and I was living in my own apartment. So, and I was working at Bats Cafe. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. And those tips meant a lot more to me than people realize. That may have meant if my bill got paid tomorrow, or if my cable bill, my electricity bill, it depended on if there was gas in my car. And mainly the reason why people don't tip is they really just don't understand that waitresses normally only get paid $2.13 an hour. We don't get paid minimum wage, we get paid $2.13. So, and the reason why you guys can relate to this is you never know when it could be one of you having to work at a restaurant. The economy is bad, there are hard times, and you may have to, or you may have a family member who has to, but at some point everybody's going to have to go out into the workforce and work at some point, and I'm sure all of you want to be paid what you deserve. So I'm in high hopes that this speech will open your eyes about tipping waitresses for the service that they deserve if you don't already. Tipping is a bigger issue than many people realize because they are unaware of the significance and that it is our sole income. Throughout this speech, I'm going to cover the way waitresses are tipped, the lack of the benefits offered, their job responsibilities, and some personal insight to help you better understand the significance. Like I said before, minimum wage for most workers is $7.25, but for waitresses we only get paid $2.13. Sometimes you make it $3. So we basically live off of our tips. And not only we're not getting every bit that you guys leave us, we have to tip out to our host who sat you down, our cooks in the back, our bus boys. So our tips are, we're giving it out at the end of the night. So if nobody tips, then we're really going home with nothing, because after taxes are taken out on your check, $2.13 an hour doesn't add up to much. And also, in addition to lack of pay, most places don't offer benefits for waitresses. You think of careers as having, you're covered with your insurance and all of those things, but there's lack of benefits. And at Bats, they do offer health insurance, but my check was so small, it couldn't add up enough for me to actually pay for it. So most people won't make enough in their check to cover it. And I had a friend named Sandy, and she was trying to support her family. She'd gotten laid off, and she couldn't even afford health insurance, and she had a bladder infection at work for a whole month because she couldn't go to the doctor. And a lot of people think that waitresses just take your order and that's it, but there's a lot more to it. We're responsible for making the coffee, making the salads, the soups, taking your check, doing the change, getting your bar drinks. And a lot of people will say, well, you're putting yourself in that situation, but from my experiences, I've known a lot of kids who are working to put themselves through college, working to support themselves because of family issues. Some people have gotten laid off and they're just trying to keep their family going. So, throughout this speech I have covered the pay of waitresses, the lack of benefits offered, the responsibilities of waitresses, and personal insight on why you should tip. Next time you go out to eat, I hope that you will think twice. You never know the personal impact it may have or how much it may mean to them.